how we feel this world. With an amazing chemical machine, the incredible journey of our life from birth to death or womb to tomb. We have number of experiences around us. Who allow us to feel the emotions. They connect us to the world. That happens in a matter of milliseconds, deep inside the brain. Without them, the world will disappear. It's not the story of something, it's the story of our senses, which define us. Hi students, I am Bazi from Meslova Dizzy Classroom. In previous session, we learnt about eye and ears. Now we are going to understand how our remaining sense organs, like the nose and the tongue and the skin, and we learned in previous session about ears and eyes. Now we have to understand how our nose works. You know, nose is one of the sense organ which perceive the smell through olfactory receptors through our brain. You know, smell is the primitive character. It explodes our feelings and it gives a perception of protection and from a good to bad. You know, this nose have a special type of sensory system which alert. For example, if you smell or if you recognize any smell, the fragrance from our garden or flower or a tasty smell from your kitchen or a bad smell from our surroundings, it gives us the knowledge of common sense and communications. We relate our taste to our smell. You know, we may miss some taste or smell during coughing or sneezing or during fevers. We cannot smell properly or we cannot taste the food properly. You know, for this we have to understand the structure of our nose and how it carry its function. The nose is a peculiar sense organ. If you observe the nose in the mirror, you can find out the two openings present in our nose. We call it as nostrils, through which air is passes to lungs and which keeps us alive by the process called respiration. The nose is the organ of breathing and smelling. It keeps the entering air into warm, moisten and filters and avoids large particles entering into the respiratory tract. You know, the nose have the nostril openings. This nose is separated by a thin layer called nasal septum. In the nose, it has a cavity. That cavity is divided into upper nasal cavity and lower vestibular cavity. In upper nasal cavity, that cavity is lined by a special type of membranous tissue called mucous membrane. This mucous membrane consisting of mucous cells. These mucous cells secretes mucus and this mucus is very useful and very helpful to avoid different types of infectious particles or other dust or dirt entering into the respiratory tract, and also it secretes the uh, mucus and it thrown the waste material outside of the nose. In this nasal cavity, the hair projections are also present on the nasal septum, which avoid large particles entering into the lungs through the nasal cavity. The smell, how we recognize the smell? We recognize different types of smells and odors by closing our eyes. We recognize only those type of odors or smells which are already registered in our brain, but it is difficult to recognize a smell which is not known to us. Without seeing that, we cannot recognize a smell. You know how this smell can be recognized? This smell is recognized by a special type of sensory nerves called as olfactory epithelium, which is lined on the surface of mucous membrane. In mucous membrane, these olfactory receptors are present, and these olfactory receptors having special type of nerve endings, and these nerve endings have protein receptors. The olfactory receptors are the only nerve endings present in our body. They are directly contact to the outer environment. You know the complexity or complicated activity of our odor cells, how it happens. Whenever you see number of smells are there, at least 1500 different odors are present. You know how all these odors are recognized by nose. Here the action present in the nerve endings is very peculiar. Here the nerve cells cannot recognize the smell by its chemical activity, but it recognizes the smell through its shape of the odor molecule. Depends of the shape of the molecule, it convey the information to the brain, and this brain interprets and it recognizes the smell, what type of it is. Like eye, which recognize millions of colors, and also the nose recognize number of odors or different types of smells at a time. Instantaneously it interprets and analyzes. This complicated sense of odor or smell happens due to olfactory senses present in our nasal cavity, and they sense the shape of the molecule and convey the information to the brain through olfactory nerve, and then to olfactory bulb, and then to brain, which interprets and recognize the smell. Whenever we have running nose, or we have cold, or we have any fever and any other infections, our nose secretes lot of water, and here it is one of the body's defense mechanism to clean the entire bad water present in our brain. Sometimes if we sniff strong smells or spicy smells, automatically our nose and eyes or secretes lot of water to protect us from those strong smells, and even it may leads to sneezing, or coughing. The sneeze, which is having a speed of 200 miles per hour, it protects avoid infectious material or harm material to enter into our lungs. Hence, students, you can protect your nose and you can clean your nose regularly. Otherwise, what happens, and if any dust or dirt or any other infectious microbes present in the atmosphere, they may enter into our lung. It may cause different types of diseases, especially the lung diseases like bronchitis, bronchiolitis, pneumonia, or it may also lead to alveolitis and lung cancers. Okay, students, you can take care of your nose. Let we go through another type of sense organ, that is a journey through taste. It is a marvelous and flexible moving machine in our mouth. The tongue has a special type of muscles which is it is a voluntary muscle, and it does not have any bones. Without it, we can't talk, taste, even we can't chew or chewing or biting the food. In our mouth, the saliva makes duty of tongue very easy. A dry tongue cannot taste well. In our mouth, what happens? The teeth grinds the food material, whereas saliva giving the lubrication, and the tongue mixing all the food and helps into the gulping of the food, and also it decides our taste and diet and helps in the maintaining of our health in a proper way. This tongue is very important sense organ to sense the taste, because taste is very important. Vision, taste and smell are always interlinked. You can observe in certain children's, in especially children's are rejecting food. If they feel the smell is good, then only they will eat. If the smell is bad, they will reject even the food is tasty. That's why food always interlinked with smell and vision. And the food, if the food is very colorful, they are ready to eat. But if the food is even colorful, it gives a bad smell, automatically the children will reject it. This is the interlink between the vision, taste and smell. And our tongue receives information through taste buds present on the surface of it. In certain conditions, especially during fevers, if you eat anything, it gives bitter taste only, because it's a body's defense mechanism against disease, and which prevents us from indigestion of the food. And this is one of the mechanism of our tongue during diseased conditions. Basically, our tongue recognizes 4 to 5 types of taste only. Without seeing or without smelling, we can recognize 4 basic tastes like sweet, salt, sour and bitter. And to perceive number of taste, all it happens due to interlinking of vision, smell, taste within the matter of milliseconds deep inside of our brain. If you observe your tongue in a mirror, you can observe a buds like structures on your tongue. We call it as papillae. This papillae has taste buds, and this papillae has different types of structures. An average person consisting of 10,000 taste buds on their tongue. This papillae have different types of shapes on different locations of our tongue. The shapes, the flag-like structure of papillae is called falciform papillae. The large roundish shaped papillae which are present at the back side of the tongue, that is circumambulative papillae, and the bump-like papillae are called as foliate papillae. And these papillae consisting of taste buds. Each taste bud has a taste pore. A taste pore consisting of a cavity in which taste receptor cells are all gustatory receptor cells are present. At the end of the taste pore, it consisting of number of hair cells. Different taste buds perceives different taste. All it happens on the tongue at various locations. In front of the tongue, we perceive sweet. On the rear side, we perceive sour. On sides of the tongue, we perceive salty taste, whereas middle back side of the tongue, we perceive bitter taste. These locations have different types of papillae and also have perceived different types of taste on different locations of our tongue. And how the taste is activated or recognized on your tongue. Whenever if you eat the food material, it mixes with saliva, and this saliva enters into the taste bud through taste pore to the taste cavity. In which taste receptor cells are present. These taste receptor cells are receives the information and convey the information to brain through three cranial nervous system, and it receives the information and analyze, and it recognize the complete taste. Whenever if you eat something, whenever if you drink something, automatically your tongue will receive a lot of information. It analyze and everything through brain, and it carries information through these taste buds, and that's why the tongue is the most important sense organ of taste, and you have to clean it at every wake up and before going to bed, and also at every meal, after every meal you should be clean or gargle your mouth to clean your tongue, because this is very sensitive and very important sense organ of our body. Till now we understand different types of sense organs like eye, ear, nose, tongue, and now one of the precious and very largest sense organ among all senses, that is skin. It is the body's largest organ. It appears to be silky, flexible, rigid, water resistant, and elastic in nature. It protects inner organs from damaging sufferings, infections. It also regulates the complete body temperature, and it maintains the balance of our enzymatic activities at all levels. You know, students, about 16% of our body weight is consisting of skin. Our skin is the armor, radiator, and reason for pleasure and pain, and gives the sense of touch. The skin is made up of proteins and fats, and it has different layers. You know, basically the skin is made up of two primary layers, that is outer epidermis and inner dermis. You know, the epidermis does not consisting of any blood cells or any blood supply. Outermost epidermis consisting of sweat pores and hair cells, and which is made up of stratified squamous epithelium tissue, and also it consisting of three layers. The outermost first layer we call it as stratum corneum or cornified layer, which is a dead cell or dead layer, and the below that layer, the middle living layer, is called as granular layer, and the inner constantly divided cells, where the cells are constantly divided, that layer is Malpighian layer. This is the structure of epidermis. You know, this epidermis is having rigidity, elasticity, and which protects us from outer environment. Whereas below the epidermis, there is a dermis, which are both are connected by a basement membrane. A single cell layer basement membrane is present, in which the melatonin cells secretes the melanin, which protect us from harmful ultraviolet radiation. You know, if you go to in bright sunlight, the people we are exposed to harmful ultraviolet rays, and these harmful ultraviolet rays, due to that our body secretes melanin, which protect us from this radiation in bright sunlight. You know, after that, below that basement membrane, here what happens, from dermis to epidermis, cells are constantly divided and they are moving to epidermis. They constantly peeled off within 30 days, and they are become dead cells. From our body, number of dead cells are releasing every day. Beneath the basement, that is dermis, which is also made up of two layers. One is papillary and elastic, and this dermis is made up of three types of tissues. One is collagen tissue, which is responsible for which hold the skin. The entire skin is holding by this collagen. And elastic tissue, which gives elasticity to the skin, and reticulate fibrous tissue which gives rigidity to the skin. Whenever you can observe the skin from the childhood to the adults, the skin is very different. If you see the babies, for example, just born baby skin is very different. Within 5 years old children's skin is very different, and within 10 years you can observe the skin and it modifies from age to age due to its lost its capability in collagen material. If the collagen is present perfectly, the skin glows very well. Whereas the collagen materials will decrease, what happens? Our skin lose our elasticity and rigidity. For example, if you take the skin like this, in young people skin will be easily gone, but in olden people the skin become lost its rigidity, and also it lost its elasticity. In old people you can observe those things, the difference in the skin. This dermis is made up of these three types of tissues, and these three types of tissues are very important to maintain and balance the health of a skin. You know, in the dermis there is a hair base of the hair follicle also present in the dermis layer only, and it also consisting of a oil secreting gland, that is sebaceous glands, also present in the dermis layer, which secretes the sebum. It acts as a antibacterial material and protects us from infections. And eccrine sweat glands are also present in this layer only, and which secretes the sweat through the sweat pores present on epidermis. It regulates and balances the complete body temperature and maintain the body activities properly. Otherwise, if the sweat glands are not working properly, it leads to fever. After giving medicine, the complete body is cooled by sweating. Only sweat can control the body temperature. The sweating is playing very important role to balance the constant temperature in our body, and it regulates the metabolic activities in our body at enzymatic level. The structure of the dermis, and below the dermis there is another layer which we call as hypodermis, and this hypodermis is having a loose contact with dermis, in which the complete food material is stored in the form of fat, that is adipose tissue. It consisting of arteries and veins which carry blood supply to the skin, and also nutrients to the skin through this hypodermis. In our skin, different types of receptor cells are present. These receptor cells which are responsible, or which are receives the information for pain, temperature, pressure, cold, etc. These are called as cutaneous receptors. You know, for example, for different sensing of different character, they have different types of cells present in our skin. These are tactile receptors, or which are also called as Meissner's corpuscle, respond for touch. Pacinian corpuscle, which are onion bulb-like structures, respond for pressure. Ruffini corpuscle, which are respond for temperature. Krause's corpuscle, which are respond for cold. And nociceptors, which are responsible for temperature. And these are different types of receptor cells present in our skin, which make us to feel according to the condition for cold, temperature, pain, pressure, and also the sense of touch. You know, our tactile receptors, which are sense of touch, they are modifying according to conditions. That's why even after wearing our clothes regularly, they are constantly touching with our body, but we cannot sense because it adapting according to the conditions. These are happens only in tactile receptors for touch. Skin plays very vital role in protecting it from outer environment, from infections, diseases and sufferings, and also it gives a perception of the world of pain, pleasure and sense of touch. You have to clean your skin regularly, especially children's. You should be clean your skin regularly during summer seasons, and also you have to clean it by bathing properly. Don't use surfactants for cleaning your skin, because your skin may lose its naturality of secretion of sweat as well as oil. In this today's world, people are using different types of cosmetics and chemicals to glow their skin, but it is not good because number of chemicals are present in those cosmetics. It may harm your skin, and use the natural products which may gives very glow to your skin. Don't expose skin to bright sunlight because ultraviolet radiation may harm to our skin. It may cause a harmful diseases like cancer also. You know, our skin faces lot of problems, especially the skin diseases like redness of skin and irritation of the skin, itching, discoloration, and infections like bacterial infections causes leprosy, viral infections like smallpox or measles, or fungal infections like itching or roundworming, and even if any B complex deficiency, it may causes pellagra, nutrient deficiency, it may cause pale skin and anemia, leukoderma due to lack of melanin or lack of pigment in our skin. It may cause albino effect. Okay, these are different types of diseases caused by different conditions. Hence, you have to protect your skin by taking good food and also maintain the healthy balancing of your health. Here, all the sense organs like our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and our skin are very valuable sense organs. These are 5 sense organs which receives information from the surroundings of the environment, and they give a natural perception and view of the entire world. They allow us to experience the complete world. These senses in our body which guide us, which define us, which make us sometimes happy, sometimes sad, sometimes feeling humor, sometimes sympathy, sometimes shouting, sometimes calm, sometimes having lot of grief, and sometimes very humorous. Sometimes it make anger. All of these makes our character or our behavior beautiful and unique, and we are peculiar in nature only due to our senses. How we perceive this world depends on our receiving the information through our sense organs. Hence, make your character beautiful by using your sense organs. Thank you, students. We will meet again with a different concept. Bye bye.